All right, now we're good. I think. Can you still see it?
Yes.
Oh, can you
So
see
this
my
is
mouse
round
too?
one. Yeah, I can see your mouse moving.
Okay, cool. Like I said, I forgot to notes on the first. Watch them. All right, so we know they're pushing B. You're getting aggressive. That's okay. All good. We're very confident there's all of them there.
Then I just needed to. I dashed out. Then I repeak. Even though they know I'm there in the stage.
Okay, so why
Mode.
is this repeat back?
This repeak is bad because A, they know I'm there, so it's no longer. I have no surprise factor. I have no easy
Okay.
shot. Second of all, because we're winning already, we have the man advantage. Our teammates are low. So there's absolutely no reason to repeak here when we already have control of the sites that we're holding. If I just go back garage or whatever, or I meet up with my team, we have sites and we have the man advantage. And now I just lost the man advantage.
You didn't lose directly,
Not
but
quite.
yes. Okay. So there's a couple other things, right? So we know they're all here, right?
Yeah.
It's now 2v4. So yes, you back out. You have a big man advantage, right? So let's say you're the enemy, correct?
Hmm.
Where they know for a fact that there's one window because they just dinked them. They know that there's you here, and they know that they know that these two, right? So
Yes.
Ray, just pretend you're not playing right here. Ray's backs up. They're still worried about window, and they're now worried about here, right? So you dying here completely opens up this entire side of the map. But if you
Hmm.
literally sit back,
I
right?
have site control.
Hang on. Yes, you
Like
have sight control. You stay back right here and just literally don't move. They can't go anywhere. They're stuck in this middle part. Because if they go window, raises there, she gets info. If they come garage, you're here, you get info. If they go site, they go. They like there's nowhere for them to go. The repeaking here opens up the site, opens up the map for them. And notice
Absolutely.
how
We'll lose. Yeah.
Sage goes this way. She
Yeah.
kills the raise. I think. But maybe she doesn't.
Yeah, she does. The raise is dead now.
Yes,
At
raise is
least on my.
dead.
Because she was like one tap anyway. She was 1 HP, so. And then she goes garage to C, I think. Or just garage at
We'll
least.
watch. The idea is the same. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
so.
exactly what happens. So you see how all this stuff spirals, right? You can see how
Mhm.
all this stuff affects everything.
Got an effective pick.
So
Got us
yes, the pick was
advantage.
great, and then the falling off was great. There was just no need to go back. And the thing is, it's not for the reason you really expected. It's not because I mean it is. You called out, you had a man advantage, all that good stuff. But the big thing is there's pressure. You are applying pressure for it literally see spawn garage everything just by being here. But once you die, you are no longer pressure, and you guys lose the round because of that. You can see
Yeah.
how you got to really think about this stuff. This is not in this pressure is a little more in depth. It really is. But the idea is that there's no need to peek there because of the advantage you guys have, effectively. And I
Yeah.
do want to kind of bring this idea to you of pressure, just so it is in the back of your head whenever you're playing around the game. Don't worry about it too much because, like I said, it is more in depth. But like I said, I just want to bring it to your attention so you are aware. Okay. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Quick here, nothing here. So okay.
This one I just had poor execution.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, I think you had a decent idea. We know they're all sight. We don't really have much of a choice.
I dash
You
into a wall.
dash in here,
And I
and you
like.
see three. It's like you can't do anything. You literally see all of them.
So I start
So
right clicking and then I'd
I
get
think you
bulldogged.
either jump here, jump now, because you'll probably get a view of them on site, and they won't really have time to shoot you, and you also have somewhere to fall off to, or you just dash in and then don't jump at all. It's one or the other. It's an
Okay.
eco. I'm not too worried about it. But do you know why
And
you do
then.
those things? Does that like make sense
So
why
the
you do one or the
reason.
other?
So on retake, so we had the wall, no one was breaking the wall, and if we leave the wall up, there's a very specific set of angles we can't push from, so that they don't have to watch those angles, so they don't have to check those angles. They're still in the process of taking site. If I get a pick here, it's pretty impactful, and I also get info of where the other people are.
Yeah. So this would be one thing if it was 3v5 and they hadn't planted the bomb and you had people on all sides. Because then you just got info of everybody, literally all of them. But instead, what's that? Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said, I'm not too worried about this round. It's an eco, but I just kind of want to bring this attention to you because you want, with the classic especially, you want to try and get it in as close as possible because the right click is really good, can actually
yeah.
turn rounds. So I think it's better that you just dash here or jump first to see the info, then dash.
Should have surveyed first,
Yes,
and then
exactly.
have my
Surveyed and then
dash.
executed.
Yeah,
Said you executed, need to know what's going on.
yeah. I just kind of like blind, got
Okay.
greedy.
Anyways,
Yeah.
not too particular. Fine, the angle's good. Well, okay, there's one thing I wanted to touch on actually with your crosshair place. A little off. So the only thing I need to, I'm not going to say much about it now. I'll come to it when a situation happens with it, but because it hasn't happened yet. But you just need to be careful when you hold an angle this tight, because like I'm not sitting here saying you can't react, but it's going to be hard to react, and you're going to have to flick. So you're going to want to hold an angle more realistic to your reaction time. That thing's up to you. Your reaction time's really quick. This is fine, but even this is super tight. Because you're double scoped and it's such a long angle, I would go out to the right just a little bit more. Like I said, it's really dependent on how the way you hit the shots, good stuff. But still, this is the idea, right? You're just holding it a little too close, and you're gonna have to flick. That actually happened at the very, very last round. We'll get. But you had to. She peeked the corner, and you had to flick to her, which was bad. Where instead you could just hit the shot. And
I do that way too much. Actually, that's a good thing.
Quite a bit. And so this is also bad. Because say again.
My reaction time is not great. It's like I think 190 milliseconds, 180.
That's pretty good, but the idea is different. Like because like the way you can think about it is like
harder. It's inconsistent.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Like, so if you hold here, first of all, it's more likely that's going to be the case. The odds of them stopping on a dime right here at this elo is so low. Nobody knows this. Nobody's expecting this angle perfectly. You know what I'm saying? So if you hold to the right, you have to let's say you have to flick to the left, right? Let's say they do stop on a dime. Flicking from here to here is tiny, but if they push all the way right, you'd have to technically flick potentially over here. You're just covered by the wall. Hopefully we'll see a better example of that when we get to it. But does that like kind of make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense for sure. I hitting the left mouse button is way more consistent than like moving your wrist at all. At all. Perfectly. It's the most consistent thing I can do.
Exactly. So you need to put yourself in those spots. Anyways, you're Omen one hand this round.
Yeah, he was insane this round.
Because you were doing the right thing. You were holding C. This was good because you don't know where she is. And then, so one thing you probably didn't think about here, which I want you to. This is what I wanted to point out. So you just kind of jumped here because you knew she was there to catch her off guard. But make sure you wait for your Sova to peek, or do it with him while he peeks. But you did, but I don't think you were thinking about that.
No, I did not think about that at all.
And so the reason you do that is because she could kill you here. If she's good, you're dead. But he's not. He 100% wins the fight, which is what happened. Even, like I said, she could be a god. This could be Brax right now, and you're instantly dead, but he gets this kill, obviously, right?
Because he can't kill two people at the same time.
Yes, exactly. It's perfect. So that's another thing.
Yeah, I don't think I missed that shot, though. I think he just died.
Let me see. That's good.
Let's see.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
It was very close, but.
So I killed the cam. I decided, okay, and then I should have killed the cam the first time I saw it.
Should have killed the cam or not shot it at all.
Yeah, one of the two. I should have committed. I did the worst option. And then I repeeked into him opping.
You hold the angle, right? You see the camera. You either shoot it now and then shoulder for info, or what do you think? What do you think the other option is?
I like either hold the cam and dash out, maybe rehold. That's like one. You up onto the box.
Thing. Yeah, that's one. There's another thing.
Or I can just like hold and not peek.
One thing you're forgetting about, is he on the camera?
Yes.
He is on the camera right now.
So I can try to push him maybe and.
No, I'm asking. He's not on the camera. Watch.
He's not.
Boom! Just placed it. Went invisible. Not on the camera.
Yeah, he's not on cam. Okay.
He just happens to be holding it. He just happens to be right in your face. He did not check it. So you can just keep holding the angle. There's no need for you to get off it until he checks it. Okay. Or like I said, so you either instantly shoot it to completely deny the vision that he has. Of course, he would hear your shot, but even that's okay. Or you just stay on it until he peeks it. Once he peeks it, then you can dash out or do it.
And but I think I missed this.
Yeah. You decided to re-peek, which created this style or this idea where you force yourself to flick, and now you miss. But instead, hold on, let me pausing this.
Yeah,
we're going back 10 seconds. Instead, if you just held the angle,
I would have killed him here.
Yeah, you hit the shot easy, no problem. He's dead. But instead, you re-peek and force yourself to flick into him. Now he checks it. Now you re-peek. But once again, he's watching you. And so that was two examples. There's one here and then one a second ago where if he was a good player, you're dead. You're dead twice. Yeah. So, But even if he's a good player, if you stay on that angle, you're probably not dead. So this is just kind of an example of things to think about more. Just kind of just opening your brain up to all the options and thinking about like what's actually going to happen here. Don't see the cam, freak out, and be like, oh my gosh, he can see. Can he actually see? You take a step back. Yeah, just keep playing your game. You hit the shot, which I mean, good shot, but you didn't need to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm relying too much on hitting good shots, right?
Yes, and you didn't need to post up.
Yeah.
I think this is a map where
And I like.
you need to understand that either look at your map or just think about the fact that actually definitely look at your map. Understand that there's now nobody on B site. They have free vision of B, and a good player would probably be holding this by now. You should die. You'd be dead like now, potentially.
Yeah.
Instead, you gotta get out of jail free card because she's really bad. Dash out. Yeah, and then you ended up. So kind of more of like I said, map awareness thing. Once somebody dies, look at the map, see where they died, what you think the next step's enemy.
Yeah.
You also peeked in her and she was holding your angle. Obviously, this is a good adjustment by her, but instead you could slow down and just give it a sec because you know your teammates are going to now be making moves and that's going to pull pressure towards them, right? The Sage is going to have to worry about this, but yeah. Instead, if like she would worry about that more if you just waited, but instead you peek, you almost guarantee she's at you, and now you lose the fight.
I shoot a little too far to the right.
Yeah, but that's not. You see what I'm saying though?
I shouldn't have to take that.
Yes, exactly. You're relying a little too much on these like crazy shots, which you don't need to hit. You need to play. You need to slow your. I think you need to slow your game down a little bit. I think you need to take a step back and just think. Sometimes that's an example. Absolutely. The one last round where you were just like, wait a second, he's not even on the camera. Let me keep holding the angle. You know what I'm saying? Just slow it down just a bit. That happened on the eco. You know what I'm saying? That's just.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, whiff. Now I've actually started taking notes.
So this is get the Ultor Browns. So I'm like checking.
Oh, I know what I was putting. Yeah, I remember this. Good.
Pop the ult.
Ult, you're running. Be careful running. Well, no, you get they Sova.
Yeah, I knew the Sova info. So I was like, okay, none of them are gonna be peeking me right directly. So.
Okay, good kill. Be careful swinging that. There were two holding you dead there, but the idea stands. So falling off here is really bad. Do you know why?
No, I have no idea. I thought I was trying to play not greedy. But wait, now I have an idea. Good. Okay, so idea is we had the entire rotation cut off. They are trapped.
Exactly. They can't go anywhere. They are all here. Single one of them. You leaving opens all. Literally think of it as you're a construction worker, right? You're working on the road. You can't go this way. But you just stopped working. You just stopped construction. You like, all right, it's open. You can go. That's what you did. I mean, think about it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that opened up all these opportunities. So now you're in the back of your head. You're like, wait a minute. Oh, shoot, they could be here. But you wouldn't even have to do this. You know what I'm saying? You could have just stayed on the angle. Now, where you position yourself would be different. I would just kind of say maybe a window. You could play it off angle. There's a lot of different places you could play. Let me see how close this was. That was that one. That's what I was like, what?
Hit wreck?
Yeah, that was weird. I think it was just good. But anyways.
Then I miss. I try to dash.
Yeah.
And I should have smoked here, maybe. Like that.
I mean.
But it's still bad. It's a bad.
The idea is not this fight. It's what happened beforehand. Because you wouldn't even be doing this fight right now. You shouldn't be.
Right.
This is also kind of. I mean, it's an eco. It's the world's not over. The big thing was the last round. Now they have C site, and you could have prevented that potentially.
Right.
So this is really good here. This shoulder peek here is really good.
I actually watched your Valorant fundamentals guide.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm trying to make big. This is a bad peek because you could die here, but you should be dead 100%. But the info is what you want. You shoulder this, you keep shouldering.
And I just take the big peek as soon as I see something.
I'm like, oh, kills. And you see this. So you know for a fact there's at least two here. Peek, you like dead, but you're not. That's fine. This is ambitious. You know for a fact they know you're here.
And they're gonna kill me.
Yes, they're 100. There's a 100% chance they're looking at you. So you died. But instead, what should you do?
I should either dash out to the left or I can just hold the angle, or I can smoke and then kind of move out so I don't have to use my
Yes,
dash.
I was gonna say any of those 3 options are perfect.
But if I had had time to think about that, I would have thought about that.
Yes, exactly. So this is more of a thing where I'm just showing you now. Um, it's okay that you're not thinking about these things on the fly, but it's good that you have the ideas now. Kind of going back to one of my buddies I coached. I don't know if you watch any of my the
I
diamond
do.
player that I coached.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if it was. Well, I've coached him twice. I posted them both. The one where I was talking about thinking about all the options. You need to think about everything that's going to happen before it happens. Not everything, because that's too much, but you need to think about what's likely to happen. What is likely to happen when you repeat here? You're gonna die. That's
Yeah, I'm
likely.
like
So let's
110%.
slow it down. Let's think. What can I do next? Not repeat. Like you said, you addressed all
That's
the
like
options.
the not option,
A lot
right?
of
Like that.
yeah, exactly. And so the reason why I think this is actually not a bad thing is because I think you just need to work on slowing yourself down because most of the time when I coach, especially lower elo people, they don't really have the right ideas. But like, and most of the time when I'm asking you questions, you're having not always the right idea, but you're coming up with these things that are at least getting you thinking, which is what you want. You just got to slow it down. You got to apply it. That part is good. But does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Wanted to make sure it's kind of clicking. I think
I
this
need
is
to be
another example of
evaluating.
the crosshair play. Yeah, no, I already talked. We already talked about this.
Yeah, this is the.
I think you're aiming too high here. If they peek back, it's good. If they peek up, you're at their head. So I would aim down like an inch. Because if you aim like here, if they peek back, you're shooting them in like the crotch. If they peek
Mhm.
up, you're shooting them in like the chest. But instead,
Yeah.
if they peek this way, you're hitting them in like the top of the head, which is like hard to hit. But that's more nitpicky. Um, Now, like I said, nobody ended up peeking. I just wanted to.
I check on top of wall to see if like an omen TP'd or if
Yeah,
there is
that's
a
fine.
stage. Like, okay, well, what do I do? This is like a situation I was just like, okay, so Cypher knows I'm here. What is my point here? This is something I was like really like, okay, we don't have garage, so I'm gonna smoke garage. They're
At this
pushing
point, you
B.
save. At this point, the round's over. Um,
I missed that barely, and then I
yes.
don't,
Okay,
and then I just moved.
let's step back. So, like I said, the second your teammate dies, what should your next step be?
Where did he die?
Yes, map. Think what happened. All right, so you're playing. Let's say you're Phoenix. You're the enemy. Just killed Raze. What's your next? What's another thought that's about to go through?
Okay, so that was on A link or A short.
It was
Like, it
B.
looks, it was B. Okay, yeah, I see it. So we got to pick B. So Phoenix is as the entry fragger. He's going to think, okay, we have B site's weak. There's probably going to be no more than 2 more people on B. We should go B.
Correct. There's a few other things that they could be thinking about. I'm not asking you to fully rotate off because you do need to worry about lurks and just the idea that they can get the pick, force rotates, and rotate out. But I want you thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think actually this is nitpicky, but this is going to work. Once you start getting to higher elos, this is going to make sense. So I think now that they're dead, the odds of them going B are higher. So reposition yourself where you can still watch long, but you could rotate to B faster. So maybe instead rotate to like I'll stop it whatever. Right here, hold this angle, hold long here, because that few seconds might save you the round. You know what I'm saying?
Got
Not so
it.
much at this elo, it's not as important, but this is the thing I want to teach you that's going to help you here, and also it's going to not. This is a good habit to build in the future.
I don't plan to
Reposition.
stop at silver, so
Do
I
what?
mean, I don't plan to stop at silver, so yeah, it's gonna matter later.
Exactly. That's my point. So, this is the idea. Does this make
Yeah.
sense? Why you should
Mhm.
reposition? Because you're still holding this big area, but you're doing it in the fashion where you can rotate quicker. Because now, hold here. No, he definitely ulted.
Yeah, he's green, so okay. Now they right? Isn't that what that means? Never
Yes.
mind. It's almost
I
easy.
mean that's it's the idea is right. He ulted because Sage killed him, and he would have popped up. So either get in sight here or watch the garage. Because if you're scared of them going garage, you should watch it because you have your own. Now, I think it's pretty safe to assume because of the elo you're playing in, just go ahead and get control of the inside. You can maybe make a cheeky play with your jump. Getting in sight would be good, especially now that you see all three. Now
I
it's like
didn't pay
okay,
attention to that. I
yeah,
didn't
that's okay,
realize.
that's okay. But still, like that's like a thing. You need to be looking at your map more.
Yeah,
Be always paying attention
probably.
about this stuff. Get Omen, you get ulted, you post up. This is okay. He's now dead. Just leave. Round's over. There's just the odds of you guys winning this is so low. Or you just hold an angle and then just chill. So now he has priority. You shouldn't repeat this. Do you know? I'm assuming you know why that's his bad.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
he
he's
has.
holding this angle. He's literally waiting for me to do.
Yes, he's ready. Or crouch peek it because he's aiming at your head. Just crouch peek it. And he won't be at your head. But you got to be pretty quick for that. But that's like I said. I think here you just save, play it safe, call it there.
And then the summon repeats for some reason.
So this is more so thinking about what the enemy's gonna do and trying to predict it in a way. Not so much predicting because it's a lot to think about, but just like I said, thinking about all the right options. Like what can happen here? You know what I'm saying? Sort of a thing. Getting you thinking.
So this
I
is
remember
like
you saying you did not want to fight this. Good, but it's still okay to get info.
which I almost got the kill if I'd been a little
Yeah,
better.
it's okay. That's he should also kill you. Better for you to just get info. Keep shouldering this.
And then I wide peek.
You should be yeah.
Well, I think he fired at me though, is the thing. So that's why I felt
Yeah,
comfortable
he
swinging.
moved. He tried to hit you.
Yeah.
But he. But anyways, so you see why this is bad because you said it's better to get the info. See, he's there, reposition. Which you didn't repeat. That's good. Thought about it.
Now I'm like, okay, we have spike. Also, there's a gun here.
What do you want to do here?
So here I want to grab a gun. Is my number one thought. I'm like, okay, we have a chance to get value here.
So Omen just died here. Where is the rest of his team likely to be?
Probably mid garage doors area.
Go to get this thing. Is this door safe?
Yeah, because you blinded it.
Is it? Dead.
It's like I assumed, I guess.
Well, there's another thing you can do here. Let's try to get you to...
Like smoke? Should have smoked.
Yeah, there you go. Flashes it, you smoke it, the odds of you dying are slim to none. Now, this isn't too lucky because the blind... Keep in mind, when she's blind, she can still see you, like, in front of her. So she sees you here, which is why she corrects to you. So instead, smoke it, then you can grab the gun and back up for safety. What did I...
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so just think about whenever you, like I said, before you're going to do something, think about it. I'm trying to get this gun. What can happen? How can I prevent something bad from happening? Oh, I can smoke. I have a smoke. Or, smoke it, dash it. Or smoke it, grab it, dash out. There's a lot of things you can do. Instead, you just kind of raw
try peeking the angle, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We lose that round. Alright, and so here I'm like, okay, rifle time. This is the round to like do a lot of damage to the Phoenix and then don't kill him. I'm also like really jittery, I guess. Oh well. Okay, so I see
level. You're a little low. Well, I'm not gonna be nitpicky about that because that's just not mad about the shot that you missed. That's okay. Just be wary of the fact that they could have op. Was that an op? Or was that?
He's mid. No.
Wasn't. Still, be wary of the fact that they can have ops. So you be careful when you do that, and that could have. Up. Another example. Could they be beat site? Which like you're ready.
So I'm like, okay. Okay, so I'm slowed here. I'm like, okay, let's wait for the slow.
Okay, this is another aim. Okay, this is gonna be kind of just follow me for a second. Let's say just playing. My mouse is tip of my mouse. So she's playing right here.
Yep.
Look what your crosshair is. I know what you're trying to do here. You're trying to pre-aim back sight. This area. But if she's playing an off angle, dead.
I'm just dead.
So what should you do instead?
I should peek one angle at a time.
That's one way. Where should your crosshair be? But yes, you do want to peek one angle at a time, but where should you put your crosshair when you do?
So I should have it like more like I don't know if you can see my mouse though. So like I should have it like pretty much in line with the wall first, like in this little like right where your the red part of the wall is to the
right here.
The other side. Yeah, that one, like on that corner.
Yes, right. Be here.
And then I should peek that angle, and then I should check
so
the close one right there,
boom,
and then go to sight.
And the thing is, because people are bad in this elo, you could just shoulder peek every angle, honestly, and just get info. You don't have to differ. I wouldn't suggest doing that for every angle, but you can. You can figure out where they are. So because of this, you could die here. This is a little hypothetical. I just noticed you doing this.
So I'm like, okay, one back sight. And I call it out, and then I'm like, okay, miss.
He's good here. Are you dead? Would he repeat
Fair.
here if he's a good player? Or should he be dead?
Fair enough.
No,
Hello?
I'm asking. It's a yes or no.
Oh, yes.
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 Why is
I
that?
should because he knows where I am and I haven't moved.
You're a sitting duck.
Yeah, I'm in the open, no cover. I'm having
What
a
should you do
gunfight with
instead
him
here?
having. I should hold a different angle and I should move away and I should let people know he's backside.
This part's fine. He now
Tried
knows
to
you're
hit
here.
people.
What should you have done? Well, I did pause at the right.
Either smoke or dash away. Probably dash away so I don't smoke off my team.
You can. I feel like dash is a little extra. I don't think you need to. I think you can just walk out of the way.
Okay.
But still, the idea stands, right? You're
Leave.
just a sitting
Try
duck.
to-
Yes,
yeah.
get out of the way. You should die here instantly. Bad.
Yeah.
Now you're forced to take this weird fight, which you win because he's bad. But if he's a good player, you don't win.
I've been dead like twice.
Once again, think back. Take a step back. I need to slow down here. I don't need to fight this. What's the next play? Position. Go from there.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
There's so many different things you can do here, which is why I'm not necessarily. The reason I just say walk away is because that's like the big. Don't do that.
Yeah, there's
Is the
no
big-
reason to deal with the Phoenix there. So this round
I know you picked up on the fact that they weren't.
I was like, okay, they've been pushing it, so I was like, okay, let's
I was
go.
gonna say be careful. You just ran the whole way because if did they hear that? Because I'm assuming you know the spike circle.
It's the sound, yeah.
Yeah, so just you went a little too you sprinted here, which is kind of bad, but it's good that you picked up on it. I'm glad you did that, but you. Okay.
I should have been dead because I didn't kill her in the head.
The map awareness thing. Saw. Omen's dead. Where did he die from?
He died from short. Oh, I assumed because of the little white arrows. I should have looked at my map. He's on B.
Yeah, map. See that. Sage's window. You also know that they're pushing. Now, keep in mind, I'm not expecting you to look at your map every second of the round, so some of this is not going to be
But like when he
applicable.
dies, that's like 2 seconds.
Right, exactly. So, right here, you should be looking at your map because there's nothing for you to do. Obviously, once you clear this angle, clear that angle, take a look at your map. If you did, you'd notice her pushing towards A, and you'd notice that she died from window. So, what is Sage? If you're playing Sage, your team's toward A, what is your next move?
So if your team's playing towards A, you're probably covering flank stage since you're last to come into
Correct.
sight anyway.
Exactly. You're gonna go this way. That should be logically what you do for her to go out mid. It does your teammate? So you're looking mid. Now, obviously, you're wary that they might be here, but also keep in mind if they were here, you'd be dead by now. Heard you.
Yeah.
So think back, slow it down. What's happening? Oh, she's here. She's bad, so you win the fight. But you could have been prepared for this.
Yeah.
And because you have flank, like I said, think back to pulling pressure.
Why did
You
I
now
push
have
up?
all
Right?
of C cut off. Not so much because they could have theoretically could have garage control, but still, you have all of C long cut off, so you don't need to push too far. Have everything done. Now, once you hear that they're mid window and they're A, then you can. But yeah, you should be dead.
And then I'm like, Omen's gonna teleport to
Yeah,
C,
and that
I
was a
kill
good
him.
call. I'm glad you picked up on that. That's a good map there overall. But yeah, good. Just like I said, thinking a little. Where could they be? Looking at your and the thing is, like, you don't even have to really think about this because I can't expect you to think about all the right options a lot. I just want you to thinking about some options. Thinking you experiment these things, you're like, maybe next time I'm not going to peek it, I'm going to hold the angle and it works. Cool. Now you know what to do next time. Maybe you think about this option, X option. I'm going to try and repeat this angle and you die. Let me not do that again. Now you know.
Right.
And so this is the idea. I want you just getting these things just going through your head because you'll slowly correct all this stuff and get better much quicker. And obviously looking at the map fixes so many things because you'll automatically think of the right stuff instantly. You don't even have to think like, where is Sage? Where's their team? You know Sage's window. You know their team's in. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can start like make. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. This is the thing where the Phoenix peeks me and I like shoot him. I'm like kind of like, okay, Phoenix, bam. Try to crouch to correct.
Mr. Shots, that's okay.
I'm staying there though, which I shouldn't be doing because
Yes.
if I use a
Why
bad
is that
player, I
bad?
die. Because I die. I'm sitting in the same place. If he like pre-fires me, I'm just dead.
Not even pre-fire. Back.
So I should have been dead there if he was better, right? If we're talking
Yes.
like diamond plus, I'm probably dead.
Okay,
Maybe even
well, yeah,
flat.
I mean, that's kind of the gist. The idea is, like, they know for a fact you're here, and
Mhm.
that, like, I mean, well, I don't know why I disagree with you. Yes, the correct answer is basically, yeah, if they just literally know you're here, they wide swing and tap you, which is exactly what happened, just boom. She knew you were here, there's, like, this player's literally silver. It's like, wow, good
That's
shot.
true.
It's like, is it really? It's like, she just knew you were there. So, yeah, once again, I think you're playing a little too fast. You're trying a little too much. Slow it down, think about what's going on. I just freaking they know I'm here. Let me just back up. I have the info. There's 2 outside garage. You can smoke it, dash out. You're in a weird spot here because they can spam you through the wall. So honestly, smoke dash out would be the safest. But does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. It's a similar issue. And so here I'm playing along,
Yeah, I remember what happens here. Nobody peeked this.
holding too tight of a thing again, probably.
This is fine. I mean, there's a few things here you need to be really. Yeah, you're going. This is loud. If they're in here, notice you tried to check these angles. Um, but like they know you're here now, so just make
And
sure you walk the
yeah,
whole way. Just think about that. That's not. That's a little more nitpicky. Well,
I'd
sort
rather
of.
you be nitpicky than not.
Yes, exactly. I mean, does that make sense? Well, you should definitely
Yeah.
walk. Done that a few times. Whenever you're flanking, good. All right. Killed Reyna. What should you know? I mean, it's very unlikely they're not behind you. Should you stay here? Or should you go for the kill? Why or why not?
So on the Reyna or in the
No,
next
you
person?
killed now. Next, what should you do now? Reyna's dead. Cool.
There
Next
is no
step.
reason to push you. We have all of A
Yeah,
site shut off.
exactly.
And short, likely.
Everything is cut off. Literally,
And so
imagine playing Haven as picture this. You're playing
as
attacker
B
side.
site,
It's 4v5. All you have is B and C on Haven.
yeah,
You cannot win that round. That's impossible. But
yeah.
instead, peek this,
And I slow peek it too.
die. It's now 4v4, and a site just popped up on the map. They could,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is another example of pressure. This is not a very high level example of like
Yeah.
why. Just slow down. Boom, done. Dead here. They can't go A. It's done. They literally have to go B or C, and perfect. Sit here. Does that make sense?
Hmm. Clear this angle to make sure I'm not going to die from like some
Yeah,
random
and that's
close
fine.
shot. And then,
I think you just literally in this situation, once you kill her, go to kill her. Just stay here. Back up. Don't even push
literally,
out of
yeah.
here. Just stay
Yeah,
where
no
you were.
reason.
Maybe check like this close left angle if they're being cheap, which that's like a little more nitpicky. Just back up. You're good. They're screwed. The round would be over 1,000,000%. Which they want. You guys want anyway.
But it was not like from, yeah.
Talked about this.
So this
Look
is
at your
like,
team. Look at
I
your
died. Where's
yeah.
my team?
Like I said, we already touched on this. You're trying to get a trade here. Yeah, well, your job is to get a trade. So actually, we'll touch on it while we're just paused here. I don't want you to play too role specific in this elo because entry fragging and in playing an entry frag properly in low MMR is bad because an entry fragger's job is to open up the site and get traded, but people don't know how to trade at this MMR. So I don't ever want you to do that. So just make sure you're pushing with. It's not that I don't ever want you to do that. I want you to think about it, but get that in your head. Like, don't expect your teammate to trade you. So I
Got
would almost say let somebody else go first. You
it.
need to
Okay.
go. That's up to you. That's a little more. That's like kind of a personal preference thing, but I still want to bring that up. Don't always expect your teammates to trade you. Now, back to this round. There's nobody with you. This
Yeah.
kill is risky, even if you kill her.
Just,
not even
yeah.
like there's no trade. It's impossible for your team to get a trade here.
I just got no value and lost a man advantage
Yes,
early
exactly,
on.
100%.
And give them info.
And so it'd be one thing. Like I said, I don't want you to just completely not play like your role. I mean, if sometimes you got to go first, you got to get traded. It is what it is. But my point is, don't expect your teammates to trade you. I just kind of bringing that up. Now, the reason I'm talking about this round is because there's a 0% chance. Like, there's absolutely no way. So this is where you just got to wait. Notice, I don't know what they're doing, but notice that your team's just not doing anything. Slow down. Just hold the angle, hold short, hold this, hold C, hold something, right?
But again, like if I had been playing slowly, I would have noticed my team wasn't there, and I would
Yes.
have like
Always look at
waited.
your map. Try and make that a habit. So I'll actually,
Yeah.
whenever we end the session, I'll link you. Every 5 seconds, there's something that beeps. Play it during your game, and every time you hear it, just look at the, and you'll just build the habit very. I never had to use it, but I actually used to play League, and I never looked at my.
Okay.
So you can try that. Also, just when you're fighting, this is a The crouching here is fine. I mean, just need to slide in shots. A lot. I don't really know. Anyways.
Alrighty. Yeah, 8-5. This is a rough game.
Now you go with your team. Now you went a little too slow because of what happened the round before. But
Yeah,
still,
I was like,
but that's okay. Like I said, the idea stands. Boom, it is traded. Perfect. Go together. Now, theoretically, 4v1.
like 1, yeah, 4v1,
yes,
yeah.
technically. Should even if it's 4v2, if there's 2 A players, still, it doesn't matter. It's 4vx. Now, so this is an example where you guys go fast or you back up. Because you know the enemy's rotating, and so, or it should be very obvious that the enemy's rotating, and so you either got to get on site or you back up. Now they're like all over this. This is where I was telling you to tell your teammates if you get out, what you do. Dash or something.
So then I queue, and then this is where I push up and I just die for no reason.
Yeah, so that's, we go back because people, if I post this, basically I coached him live, and so what happened here, I was telling him, like I said, you either have to get site or go instantly or back up. So this is why I was telling him to tell his teammates, go, let's leave, get out, we got to rotate, they're all here, which is what happened when this is exactly what happened. Cool, this is a good angle because you're on an off angle. So either in post split situations where you have a man advantage, first of all, if you don't trust your teammates that don't play off angle, or one and done angles, I should call them. Do you know what a one and done is? You know.
So I'm gonna get one pick. It was something you mentioned to the gold brimstone player, like when he was on Haven, actually in that little cubby to the right as you're entering CT. And so like you get a kill, and now they know where you are, so you die.
Yes, exactly. So if you don't trust your teammates, never play one and dones, because I wouldn't do it because they're low. In this situation, I would honestly, I don't want to say bait them, but bait them effectively. And so yeah, but technically this is a good angle because you more than likely get a kill here. They're not ready for it, and
now I'm just like, oh
yeah,
let's
and
just
even if you die, it's now 2v1. Which, like I said, if you don't trust your teammates, don't do that. But that's like a good way to think about it. Playing for info is probably your best bet here. So that being said, if you were to play for info here, what should you do? First of all, post plant, look at your map. What's your
yeah, but Sage is trying to watch, I guess, long, then raise his garage, and I'm
very
CT.
good about it, but
no, yeah,
and yeah, all right. So what should you be watching? See,
CT.
Good. So you should be playing for info here. How can you play for info here? What can you
Shoulder peeking.
From where particularly?
I could do green box, or I can do like I could actually like push up a little bit, I guess, if I wanted
Yeah,
to.
you could do
Right?
either of those things. I would say back here is good. But
Yeah.
don't play like on the box. Play like in the back because if you're on the box and they come along. But if you play here, you can peek. But
Yeah.
the idea stands. Like I said, you know the right idea. You just didn't perform. Okay. And see here, you're playing for kills. You want to get the kill here. I know that's what you want. But instead,
Absolutely.
you don't need to get the kill. You need to figure out where they are, and you guys lose a round because of it.
Mowed down. Yeah.
So instead, play the off angle, get the info, back up, be like 1 CT. I know this now. Go from there. Make sense?
Yes. So here, I don't even remember how I died.
Oh, I remember this. Okay. So this isn't the worst thing because you guys are trying to go fast B and you up on the fact that they were here.
Oh yeah, this is
so I wrote down quicker thinking. So honestly, I would say to just ready for the push because based on how she's played the last few rounds, she has peaked long A every round. So just expect her to be pushed up. So that's why I was gonna say this beforehand. So you wouldn't even have so either go out with your team and get site instantly. This can't happen, or just hold the angle. I think this round like nothing happened. Talked about what. So like I said, we touched on the last round a couple rounds ago. What's the how do you want to post plan?
So you can either play the off angle.
So I'm saying, I'm sorry. How do you want to post?
So how do I want to post plant?
Now, how do you win it? Like, how do you win this round?
Okay.
This round.
So the way so we need to use the fact that we have 4v1 or 5v2.
Okay, actually, let's disregard this 4v1. Let's say it's 4v4. How do you want to post?
So if in a situation, so you're playing for time.
Okay.
You want to make sure the spike is not able to be defused. So between that, you want to use utility, like if you have a molly, smoke like entrances, so they have a harder time pushing through chokes. you want to make sure that every time that they enter site, they have a harder time doing it than you did, and that you want to trade every single kill that they get on you. So you want to make sure that like no one dies for free.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. There's a couple other things, but I'll say it now. The big thing is to first of all, as an individual player, look at your minimap, see what people are watching. Which you did, or I don't know if you did here, but even if you did this, I don't know if you did this on purpose. I think you did.
I did.
Okay,
I
good.
looked at like
Perfect.
where they were.
Short is covered, CT's covered, Heaven's covered. What's not covered? Long. You watch it, perfect. Now you're at a 1 and done, which is good because it's a 4v1. Even if it was a 4v4, you should play a better spot technically. But yeah,
I might actually play on like the box if I had my like Q, or I could play Hell, one of the two.
Yeah, you could play if it was a 4v4 or something like that. I would honestly say maybe in Hell would be okay, depending on their util, depending on live, because you could still get you can shoulder peek, get the info, and you're safe. Or if you have dash, this is, but you don't have dash, so this is a little risky. But in the 4v1, it's fine. 4v1.
And then I hear like CT, so I'm like smoking, so I don't get killed.
I more so just wanted to talk about the post plant. Obviously, there's like a 0 round because you did it right. You had you had every spot covered. And you knew where she ended up, and you didn't get aggressive and go for the kill. You just slowed down. Obviously, she's not ready for him, so it's 100% one. But still, the idea stands. Even if it's 2v2, you just shoulder peek this, get the info, and play around that. And you actually could, in theory, let's say she comes out A here, you can actually this is an example of how you can play around your team, because this Raze is holding like a no, she's in an okay spot. But if she's just holding an angle that's bad, you can just like hide here, like beside sight, wait for the Raze to take the duel with the Reyna, and then swing. Because then there's like no chance that the Reyna kills you, technically. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
because I just want to explain this now. But it never happened anywhere in the game where I can give you an example. But I do want to explain that because it will happen in your games. You can swing based on your teammate's position. Think about what they're doing, see what they're watching, go off of that sort of a thing. Anyway.
So I got a pick, I think, or something on his around.
That.
So then she was resing. I saw there was a hole, so I smoked it. And I tap here after I burst.
Light. I would just sit on this angle because you're safe. Pushing that, I know what you want to do, but there's no way you do it. So you either smoke it, which you don't have, to push here, or you just hold the angle. And because you don't have a smoke, you just back up. Then you just play fundamentally. Just hold the angle, play off info, 4v4. Like I said, it's 4v4 retake. You taking this fight here, potentially dying is bad. And it's very potentially die. So like I said, instead, okay, I guess this does work. You could play back, play here, whatever. Obviously you could here. Wait for your teammate to take the fight and then swing with them and then go for the kill, because there's a less chance of you actually dying. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Double peeking. Again, it's harder to kill 2 than 1.
Perfect. Exactly. But instead you took this fight and it was kind of weird. So this is the example of crouch spraying. You said you crouched a lot. So crouching is okay, but you need to make sure. Did you watch my video on movement?
Yeah, so the Valorant fundamentals one on movement, you were like, you don't crouch spray, it's personal preference, but you definitely need to do it consistently.
Yes, okay, exactly. So you need to make sure you're consistently crouching on the exact bullets. So if you're gonna crouch spray, I would suggest crouching before you spray, because it's really hard to manipulate it where you're like crouching under.
Yeah.
Now you can't. Well, I mean, it's really up to you. If you want to just shoot a few bullets then crouch, because it is user controller spray. That way you can. But like I said, or like you said, got to make sure you're doing that exactly perfectly every round.
Which I'm not going to be able to. I want to take it out of my gameplay because I think it also hurts my crosshair placement because I'm moving my crosshair.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, how can you stop crouching?
So I have actually untoggled my crouch before.
I was about to say there's a very easy solution. Nobody thinks.
That's something
unbind the crouch. You know, guess what I did just recently? I unbound freaking crouch because I was crouch spraying too much and I was missing shots. So don't just unbind it completely because that's bad. You want to make sure I bind it to like a key that you can still get to. And
like slash is something my friend.
Do you use control to crouch?
Yes.
I put mine to, yeah, okay, so I put mine to caps lock. So it's kind of weird getting to it if I'm just playing, but I can still get to it if I need to crouch. You You know what I'm saying? It's not
Actually,
bad.
I have one of my mouse buttons that it's also crouch,
Oh,
but
well, see, I
I
used to have that too, but it felt weird. So doesn't
yeah,
matter.
but
Go
it'd
ahead.
be able to do it still.
Mhm.
So I might just take off the control and leave it on the mouse button.
Right. Just put it on whatever you want. Put it on something as long as it's accessible. That'll break the habit. Make sure you go
Okay.
into the aim. Go train your aim for like to make sure because your sprays are gonna be off, really off. It's gonna feel really weird in game when you crouch and you can't. But yeah, that's how you can break it. So like I said, if you do that, which I would suggest you do that, or like I said, make it consistent. Be prepared for the fact that your sprays are it's gonna feel really weird for a few games because you're trying to crouch and you can't. But still, just that's a good thing to do. So yeah, and I think because of that, because you're crouching at weird times, you're not spraying because you're not confident in your spray. That's what I've been seeing too. Is that true?
Yeah, I would say that's pretty
Yeah.
true.
So you can
I
break that
have
habit by stop crouching and just go in the practice tool and just practice your sprays because now that you unbind crouch, your sprays are consistent. Every single spray is now going to be the same. Well, for the first like 8 bullets. Um,
but
but
that's all I probably should be spraying anyways.
yeah,
I'm spraying
exactly.
much more than
And
that,
there's
right? Like,
scenarios where you can spray more, but we don't need to worry about that. It's not very important. Important stuff is that you're being consistent by crouching your way you are. But as
yeah.
you kind of know that, I'm just want to bring it to light, of course.
And this is the sick omen kill, I think, right? Oh no,
No,
this
this
is
is
what
the
I tried to
last.
show. Okay.
That
Dang it.
was like one of the last rounds. Oh,
Oh
that
no,
was a
no.
sick open kill. Okay, yeah, yeah.
I'm just wall hacking.
See, this is
Don't
what
worry
I'm
about me.
saying. Like, I didn't say anything, but like, you have good map awareness for the most part. Like, you had the idea he could be C. Let me just shoot some shots, which you did. Like, you think well. You're just not doing it right. You need to learn how to apply this good thinking. See, that's what I'm trying to show you the how to think properly and how to like do it. By literally slowing down your gameplay, will do that.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try this out in game. And this
Yeah,
is I'm
see, like
just
this is
greedy.
just so ambitious. You didn't know where
It's
anybody
just
was. You didn't know
yeah, it's
anything.
just like
But I
PogChamp.
understand though. You're trying to go hard. I mean, I get it. I do the same times. It's not the worst like fault, but still, like why is this bad? Like let's be real.
I have no idea, and I just die from the back because I'm
No,
like,
yeah,
oh,
you don't know where anybody's at. You have just no clue. So yeah,
yeah,
I don't need to. We don't even need that.
that was just bad.
Correct.
All right, so here we got to pick. I got to pick on the Omen, and then I was like, let's go see. The Omen got to pick B. I killed the person in the corner, and I was like, okay, we should have garage control, so let's go see. Smoke corners, dash onto site,
Don't want to
kill
talk
this
about that.
guy.
Let's slow down. All right. Is somebody on C? Pretty confident that.
Yeah.
Where could they be?
So they could
Let's
be
take a
in this
second.
left corner here, or on top of the little cubby, like that's off of like CT side. Like when you peek it directly to the
Okay.
left on top of like the wood. They could be back of sight, like with the green box, or they could be CT.
Okay. I mean, there's more nitpicky spots, but
Like
yes,
the ones
that's
I
good.
was thinking about in this spot. So I was like, okay, let's smoke left, let's smoke right, because that covers box and CT, and then dash through as well. I missed my smoke, so it's like whatever.
Okay. Well, now that you've brought this, now that you explained this to me, it doesn't look as bad. But I was like, I don't know what you were thinking here, but it makes more. But this is another example. Like, slow down a little bit. Let's take it slow. Uh, if you're concerned about left spot, I wouldn't even smoke left spot because now he can play inside of it. This is something I would do. I would be in this smoke all day. I'd be sitting in that thing, make a play out
Ah,
of it. So don't ever smoke corners like that. Smoke like these long choke. So
okay.
slow down, smoke the right. You don't even have to smoke long even. And then dashing out is great because what's gonna happen is if he is in a close spot, if he's somewhere, your team is right behind you to trade it. Because let's say he's playing in this mouse, it's kind of
Yeah,
he's
in
playing in
that
this
corner. Yeah,
corner and you dash out, the odds of you dying are really high, but now your whole team's just gonna fly out and just
wreck him. And then I'm like, oh,
and then same
sector.
thing. Once again, you dash through, so he's focused on your teams and you kill him this time. The idea would be the same either way. You might not be the one living, but he would die. And that would
Yeah.
be good. So yeah. We already talked about post plants, just see watching that. Or what's your Oh, okay, I know what this is about. So I used to always tell people peek with intentions. Whenever you're peeking an angle, expect someone to be there. The reason I'm
That's
telling you
something I
that
do
is
that.
because
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to make sure you always try and keep your crosshair on the outside of the wall. One of my good buddies showed up. Shout out to Halen. Uh, he always makes sure never pre-aim through walls. want to make sure you have your crosshair always on the outside, because that means you're always peeking with intentions. You're always ready for stuff. Because you're peeking through the wall, he's here. But
And I die.
what if you had your crosshair? Like, if you had your crosshair on the wall, you'd be perfect. He'd be dead. There's no way he wins. But instead, now you have to flick, and now you lose the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That I did not mean to.
Yeah.
And I do that sometimes with an op too. I'll like pre-aim through a wall.
It's good if you know they're there and you're very, very confident in it. But if you don't, then just
like taking a sight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's said earlier. Take it one step. Okay, no big deal.
That terrible sage play. I'm like, okay, I'm forcing the op here, and so I do the jump peek.
Jump peek's okay. Be careful. Once you get to higher reloads, don't get into a habit of that because people will hit those shots. Crosshair play.
So I'm like, where's he gonna be? Is he spawned maybe? Is he C? It's like, okay.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's just like right behind me, and I missed
Got
the
caught off
shot.
guard here.
Yeah.
Kind of an example. Yeah, I mean, this is bad because nobody's.
Nobody's watching the A.
I was just gonna say, yeah. It's just unlucky. Long, no, caught it. This isn't bad. I think you made the right play. I mean, I guess it's cool to be wary of it, but like, that was a good little play by him, kinda. So it's okay. Oh, this is probably awesome. Yeah, this is the example. Okay, this is what I was saying earlier. Great example of like you're holding it too close, you're forced to flick. Where it said, all right. I'm gonna move my mouse. Where should you put the crosshair? Here?
No.
Well, here.
Okay, so it should be in the middle down.
Down just a little bit more, not too much lower up. Or like here,
like
at the tip of my mouse.
Right. Yeah, right at the tip of your mouse, and then a little bit over more, maybe.
Would here be good? Or to the right
Yeah,
side?
I think right there, like right there. Final answer.
See where you reacted? Right where my mouse was, and
I flicked to it, but I did not need to do that.
Exactly, you didn't need to. It was unnecessary.
I'm making this way harder for myself.
Exactly. She's swinging, just whoop, that's literally a click. But instead, you made it a little too different.
I mean, it looks so cool though. All right, and then this is the
play.
And then this is I was like, okay, this is the play. I was like, okay, I think I know. So he's like, not there. I was like, okay, he's there. Okay.
Yeah, you actually did play this well for what you had. Yeah. So you're in a weird spot with post plants because watch long / garage, you could die. Your gun's poking out from C. But I still think it would be better overall to like sit back sight and look at here because you have Jett utility to get out of sticky. So I mean, you played it well with your ult, which is good. Still, I just kind of wanted to bring it to light. Once again, just kind of back up, think about stuff.
Sickest Jett ult. And then I hit the shot on the oven. Okay.
Yeah, that was good. I was more so this. I think we talked about post playing.
Yeah. And here I'm like, okay. Like CT. Okay, so I'm like, I'm gonna hold this angle. Then I start peeking it for some reason. And I'm like, okay, resonated it. Okay, probably not there. I think someone said garage, so I was like, okay. And then I just missed.
Yeah, I think
just,
this
like,
is a weird spot because like you're exposed from 2 angles here theoretically, like garage. And
and I assumed my Raze had CT covered because she was like nading it and utiling it, and I should have asked for her to do it probably.
Yeah, that's one option. This is a little more nitpicky, not nitpicky, but this is a little more specific because like you had the right idea. She is watching it, and she looks off. And I would say look at your map here, but you need to be focused on hitting the shot. So
which I missed, yeah. And I was just like, oh, let's flick, and then I just didn't shoot.
It's okay. Like I said, keep in mind you have util. I was about to bring that up. You can smoke this stuff. Like if you're watching CT, or if you're watching garage now, smoke fast.
Okay.
Vice versa, if you want to watch CT, garage. If you're playing angle.
Yeah. Yeah, and I probably was holding that angle too close again, and that's why I didn't even like shoot at him.
Yep, and then that's the game. Yep. All right, cool. Anything else you want to discuss? Other questions?
I have a lot to think about, honestly. So
Yes,
not
so
not
I think
particularly.
the big takeaway is a lot of information. I think I'm gonna post this. Go back and look at it if you want to like
Cool.
reabsorb. Um,
Not sure how much good content you're gonna get off of it, but
nah,
hey,
we'll see, we'll see. The big things I think are the just think about stuff. Slow down a little bit. Whenever before you make a decision, this is the best thing you can do. Before you make a decision, think about what you're doing. Why am I pushing this angle? Why am I holding this angle? Why am I smoking? Why X? Why think about all these things.
yeah.
And that's really gonna help you.
Like a 5-second timer on like loops. 5-second interval timer, yeah. And I just go, okay, map, okay, map. Cool.
Yeah. Every freaking X amount of seconds, literally play that in your game. In between rounds, you can pause it, whatever. Yeah, and you just look at your map all the time. Good. So yeah, slow yourself down a little bit. Think about these options. Because the reason I'm telling you this is what you really need to do is because like I think you're doing the right thing, or like you have the right ideas. Like most of the time when I ask people, like I said, at your level, like I ask them questions and they don't answer it properly. But like you're answering a lot of these things right, you're just not doing it right. You just need to play the game more and slow yourself down and start thinking about. Take notes on what you're doing. Every time you die, think about the best thing I can offer you is first of all, before you do something, think about why, and then every time you die, write down why you died. Like I died here because I did this, and then you're
That's
gonna
perfect.
really start pulling yourself around and just starting to make it. But I think you have the potential, obviously, and then work on your aim as well. Just unbind crouch, put a different key, grind, just go sit in the aim train, aim lab, whatever you want to.
I just have Kovacs.
Okay, yeah, but it's really all preference. I mean, there's specifics, but I don't want to get that sort of thing, right? So cool. Any other questions? Anything else?
I definitely want to set up another thing for sure, and
Yeah.
probably a little later, so I have time to absorb. But like, can we talk about that? Probably
How
sometime.
often do you? How often do you play? Like
Every
all right, how
single
many
day.
games do you play a day? I guess just
So whenever I'm like fully off, like I don't know,
cut
6
that,
hours
scratch that. How many times do you play a week?
every single day.
How many do you play like a good amount of games a day?
I can probably guarantee at least like 5 to 6 comp
Okay.
games every
Well,
day.
okay. If you're playing 5 to 6 games a day, we can do another session like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Cool.
I was just about to say if you're only playing like 3 to 4, we should always do it a month. If you feel like this stuff's really helping you a lot, you can come back to me in like another week if you want. But I would give it a week and a half, 2 weeks. I would say 2 is best option. You can
Sure.
even mark your calendar, see how you're playing, because keep in mind, like all this stuff that I'm showing you, taking a step back is going to be hard. It's going to take a while. You're not just going to get it in a week, and I don't want you to come back and then have the same issues that we talk about, right?
Right? Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. That's I think what you need to do. You definitely have a lot of potential because you're
Thanks.
thinking properly. You're just not executing properly, which is good because you just need to play the game and think about it.
Well, I
Cool.
appreciate that. Thank you for
Yeah,
taking the time.
absolutely. Anything else? Any other questions?
Honestly, I like I said, I just have a lot to do, I think.
Yep. You just gotta
So
just like I said,
play
work
the
on what we
game.
talked
Best way
about.
to get better at the game is to play the game.
For the most part, unless you're doing just glare for in your case, yes, because sometimes people are doing really bad things, but you just need to think
Right, and
about stuff to
that's
slow down, play the game. Yep.
because like I was like I know I'm low elo, right? So maybe I'm just doing something really stupid.
Yeah, I mean, you are doing stupid stuff, and but you can
Obviously.
see like that you're not a stupid player because you're telling every time, like I said, I asked you something, you're like, oh, I should do this, and I'm like, yeah, that's what you should have done. You know that you're just not doing it,
Yeah, I should
but
do
at
that.
least you know. So you just
That's true.
gotta slow down, take a
I
step
have
back.
50%.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. Like I
Well, I
said, message
appreciate
me
it.
in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Message me how how your rank games go. Don't get just keep in mind one thing I should probably clarify with everybody. I know you're gonna probably come off of this with a high, like I'm feeling good, I'm ready to get better. It's not just gonna happen overnight. You still probably might lose a good amount of games. Even in 2 weeks, you might not even be out of silver. I think you will. You might not be, and if you aren't, don't get discouraged. It's part of the process. You're not just gonna
Like
get better overnight.
I stayed in silver 1 CS for about 2 years. I mean,
Yeah, but
it's
that's
whatever.
this is the best way you can do.
Yeah,
How you can
it's
make the best steps. Like take a step
yeah.
back, think about it. Don't get discouraged. Slow down. Go with
Yeah.
the flow. Keep trying to play to learn, not play for a rank. That's gonna help out a lot.
Like I'm not gonna lie, whenever I get tilted, I just generally like stop. I just stop playing for a bit.
Yeah,
Like not like
that's
a
okay.
day, but just like 30 minutes. I'll just like
I was
chill.
just the one way you can treat playing ranked is treat games like a best of three. So let's say, and if you lose that best of three, take a break. If you win it, keep playing. So let's say you lose a game, win 2 games. You won that series. If you're feeling good, keep playing. You lose 2 games in a row, take a 5-10 minute break. You win a game, lose 2, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Play them like a series. If you lose the series, take a step back, take a breather, 5-10 minutes, whatever.
Analyze, right?
Yeah,
Like, be like, am I positioning wrong? Am I like
yeah. Get
just need
out
to
of your
go warm up
head.
more, right?
Hmm.
Like,
A lot of things. And if you win it and you're feeling good, even if you win it, you still might need to take a little breather. Like, okay, hold on, let me step back a second.
especially if it's like, yeah, it's like you need to analyze individual performance too. So like, because it's
Yep.
not just it's a team effort, but at low levels too. Like, but yeah, I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
for sure. Have any questions?
Yeah, I'll just like reach out and be like, hey, this is needing some clarification. Do you mind giving me some clarification?
Yep. Perfect. All right. Yeah, you can shoot me any questions.
And I think I'll be out of silver. Like honestly, like I said, I've been hovering gold silver. Like I've been gold 2 this season, so it's not
Okay.
like
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll get to plat soon. Keep
I
playing.
that's my goal. I've never been out of like the lowest level in any shooter game. Like Overwatch, I was bronze. CS, I was silver 1. I just wanted to get out of like
Make it to
low
the next
elo.
step. I understand.
Yeah. And then eventually, once I get there, I want to play with a team. So like that's my ultimate goal. But we'll see. No one wants to keep it silver 3s.
Hey, get to plat. They might.
Yeah, right. That's my plan.
All right. Well, good luck out
Well,
there.
thanks,
I'm gonna
man.
take it here. Yeah, for sure. Shoot me if you have
I
any other
really
questions. Shoot
appreciate
me
it.
in
Yeah,
there with questions.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll reach out to you in probably 2 weeks because I want to give it maximum time to process. This is more than 2 weeks of stuff anyway, probably. So
Probably, but if you're like plat in the next 2 weeks and you want another session, you feel like you've
yeah,
worked on everything. Okay, cool. Do it.
yeah. I took some notes, so and thank you for posting it anyway.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna go post it. I don't know if it'll be posted tonight, but it'll be posted.
no, you're good. I'm not gonna. Yeah, all right, sounds good, man.
All right, man. Take it easy. Good luck out there.
All right, thanks. Bye bye.
Yeah.